The Water Temple is a Zelda-inspired dungeon prototyped for a third-person adventure game with a focus on platforming and puzzle solving. The level was made in Unreal Engine 4 using the Blockout Tools plugin and a modular environment kit created by Hugo Lindgren. As most levels are, the Water Temple was first made as a paper prototype, which then made way for an initial blockout followed by an architecture pass. You're currently watching some before and after comparisons. The most notable differences are the better defined size metrics of the assets, as well as the visual clarity of the environment. To complete the level, the player must overcome small obstacles that progressively gets them closer to leaving the temple. In this instance, I made locked gates that open when the corresponding lever is interacted with. There's also a remote controlled item that can fit through narrow gaps which a player finds partway through, granting them access to previously inaccessible locations. With that out of the way, let's play the level. I have just arrived from the overworld into the dungeon's foyer. This narrow hallway serves to make the following room seem grander in scale. It also frames the large gates in the distance, which a god rays from the ceiling help bring further attention to. There appear to be more doors though, one on the left, right and further down, all of which are highlighted by flaming braziers. It seems to have to go down to get up. Here we'll learn that crates can float, we'll soon see more of that. This is the first obstacle. It teaches the player about shifting water levels and that paths may be hidden under the surface. Pulling the lever opens the barred gate. We can only go through the gates when the water is low. The opposite is true for getting up here. The distant gate is locked, but luckily a lever can be seen through the bars on the right. Jumping from this box when the water is high allows us to get to this side passage. We can now get across with the help of the wooden crates. This geyser can probably take us to the second floor. We now have access to new points of interest. We can't reach the other side. Maybe if we raise the water level, we could jump across the crates below. There appears to be a lever inside this structure as well, but we can't fit through the narrow gap. We're close to the goal, but we still can't get across. That room can't be entered, but we can still choose to either go through this door or jump across the geysers on the left. The tasks can be completed in any order, but let's start with getting to the other side here. The water level rose, but the crates still aren't high enough, so let's keep going. A ray of sunlight draws attention to the spot ahead. There's a gap just above the surface of the water too. Seems to be a tunnel, but just like before, we're too large to fit. There's another hole on the right, but the golden object ahead is catching my attention. No turning back. There's a lot of emphasis on the cue, be it through descending stairs, the braziers or the sunlight. Its golden hue was chosen for the same reason. The gate forces us to figure out how to use our new ability before we can leave. The cube appears to be remote controlled. It's a lot smaller than we are too, so we can finally get through those tight spaces from before. There's a lever on this side, should be easy to get to now that we're smaller. And with that, we're free to go. It's possible to see into the locked room from here. I reckon the gap on the side connects to this one. Now we can finally explore the next part of the temple. From here we can get to the second floor. The water level has now risen further, so let's go back and check on those wooden crates from before. Sure enough, it seems that we can jump across them to the other side. But since the gate is locked, let's first unlock it with our new ability. The water level has finally risen all the way, and we're already turned towards the door as we walk out. Since this is just a prototype, there is no swimming, so let's just do a minor miracle before completing the level. We have successfully left the temple and returned to the overworld, but that's an adventure for another time. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this breakdown helps inspire your own work, and in the meantime, I'll happily answer any questions you may have in the comments or as a separate video. I know I largely skimmed past the paper prototype, for example, so let me know if you'd like a follow-up on that. Until then, cheers.